Rings around the Stade de France. Dupont, just for a moment, looking for the kick pass. It's there for Atasope!
Referee allows it to play, and that's the good, amazingly good vision of Ant Dupont, arguably the best player in world rugby at the moment. Didn't have to break stride, did the right winger in the breadbasket.
Antonio, and all of a sudden the space is open, and Biel Biarré just ahead now that France perhaps preparing to break loose.
Again, and it's so easy, they go one out, they don't do anything amazing, they use the big runners, and just when you think they're going to go again, the big fella Antonio just puts the ball out the back, and then all they do is keep the depth. Ramos just a little ball out the side, Bielberry is the recipient of that, but it's all about depth. It's the decoy of the big prop, going to take the ball in, he's pushed that ball back, and then it's just hands. It's just simple hands.
But it moves at some velocity through the air. Stafford McDowell. Here is Jimmy Ritchie. Beautiful rugby by Scotland. Duhan van der Merwe has support from Hugh Jones. And Scotland.
Fizz. You just hear the movement in this area. Jamie Ritchie, lovely little sleight of hand, makes it a 3-on-2, Kinghorn 2-on-1. Duhan van der Merwe sees the opportunity inside. It's unlucky for Nacho Brex, the pass going off his arm, but Duhan van der Merwe pinned his ears back, thought he was going to go for the corner, but had the wherewithal to understand Hugh Jones, Ben White on his inside. The deflection came, Hugh Jones the beneficiary. Scotland 2 scores up.
Trying to get some momentum, Cherry breaks free, and it's a try from Ben White.
But then the call came to use it. Dave Cherry at the back sees it's a one-on-one down the blind side. Gorgeous pass out the back door. The punch of the air. Watch this from Cherry. Look at that. That's a hooker in Finn Russell's clothing. I didn't want to say it, Mark, you brought up.
Russell going from deep. Kinghorn, quick hands. Darcy Graham not seeing too much space tonight. He finds some now. The little wizard gets support from Hugh Jones. The Caledonians cruise their way over the line.
Look at this attack. Go up inside. Finn Russell. Hugh Jones out to Blair Kinghorn, push the pass. Darcy Graham steps inside 3 Italian defenders, sticks on the afterburners, dances the defenders dizzy, and then from there gives the pass off the left hand to Hugh Jones. He does the...
Prendergast, ringrose, and this will test the calf of James Lowe. Mitchell not able to hold on to it, and Lowe goes, and Gibson Park is there. Great step, Jamison Gibson Park, absolute belter, created by the strength of that man James Lowe.
Hobbling about, look at this. Alex Mitchell, get off. England's 9 has to do better there. But when you're low slung, you've got a low centre of gravity like James Lowe, you keep pumping your legs because you know you've got the strength to make people fall off. And that step from Gibson Park. Brilliant score.
Scramble defence, organised defence, just about all of it as they would want it to be. Conan, remember, the current Lions test number 8 off the bench for Ireland. Prendergast, Bundy Aki's found some space out wide, he'll go route 1, Aki! Oh, what a finish! What a finish for Bundy Aki!
All it is full of is peck and muscle. Look at this, head down, straight over Marcus Smith. Tommy Freeman's about 6'4", 105 kilos, still can't do anything. Powers through, brilliant finish.
1, 2, 3.
20.
England just haven't been able to get to the highs of the first half. And there are gaps appearing now. And Conan's off to the races, needs support. A little bit slow getting to him, but it is there now. Dan Sheehan, great pass from the hooker to James Lowe, and Ireland are going to finish it right here.
Brilliant way to win this game. Slade reads it wrong. He gets it all wrong, and it's Conan, the British and Irish Lion, who tears up the field. And I tell you what, no player deserved more to score this try than Dan Sheehan. Having seen that pass there, that's a hooker, throwing a 25-metre spin pass and then careering back, supporting on the inside. Brilliant.
A deputy's head having rolled coming into these championships. There goes Panzarello onto Garbisi. Garbisi with a dummy. He threads it through. Capuozzo is after it, and Capuozzo has scored the try.
It's a good dominant scrum. They get the peel up on the right-hand side there, which gives them that extra bit of space. Just ties in those Welsh forwards. Here's the kick through, and here's the chase.
Thank you, Eric.
England thought they had it, but there was a Frenchman loitering, and Moefana was just trying to be too clever there. But France ain't done with this passage of play. Beautifully constructed. It looked dead, but they've manufactured something magnificent. Only France.
Bielbieri is the recipient. Trying to be so cute. But look who's there. The master sponge himself, Dupont, just absorbing everything and then just giving it to Penaud, popping the ball. He could have probably put that ball inside him, but the weight is, again, beautiful. Bielbieri says thank you very much, scores a try, and again, the crowd don't like it because there was a bit of play on that far side.
Can they find that try right now? Tom Curry will lead, as he always does. Finn Smith back, gets the call to go to the sky, and that call is the right call because England have found the try in the air. It didn't look like it would get there, but then Freeman arrived. He should Freeman for the finish, but it all started right here.
Fantastic piece of skill, that's the restart. It's called the third set piece in a set. Freeman was up there, Mitchell was up there. Again, don't panic. Cameraman can't kick up, but again, it's Finn Smith, it's the Northampton Saints. Bielbieri, normally the recipient of those when scoring a try. This stage, you have to take some of your own medicine. Freeman, that is an amazing finish. Absolutely superb finish. But again, you've got to say it's Finn Smith's vision.
And Antoine Dupont surveys what's in front and always finds the right move. Penaud. Le Garec is in behind, Penaud picks it up, and France are threatening to finish this one right here, right now. Penaud, the decision to go wide should surely have come. It's found its way out. Moefana, Bielbieri! France have found a way.
When the pressure comes on, Bielbieri, I think they call him the alien.
But England use all their experience, and George, no better exponent at the back of that maul. Mitchell takes it. Back it goes, through the centre, Daly goes, Daly! All day long, it's a try! Elliot Daly and England have found the key, the dying embers at Twickenham. What a try!
I'll just put my teeth in. Daly, come on, my boy. And that's what experience does for you. He waits to see what happens in front of him. It opened up.
Ireland defence. Ben White. Scotland in desperate need of a 5-pointer. A 7-pointer. Dempsey carries. Hugh Jones. McDowell. Duhan. Van der Merwe.
World-class ability to finish things off. If you look at this lovely ball, chicken wing by McDowell. Duhan van der Merwe, what a finish that is. McDowell does brilliantly to draw in the final defender. And then under with Prendergast going for him, that is world-class.
Thomas Williams again, Elliot D. Will Griff John. Two props between them. Carried so well in that first half. Here is Ben Thomas, Blair Murray, and they surely will score. It's Tom Rogers.
10-minute period, and by word there, their shape is so good. There's options all over the place. Anscombe can just pull that ball back. Again, Kiwi-born, doesn't really matter, he's wearing a Welsh shirt. Out he goes, gives his winger a chance, and what a finish! You can touch the corner flag, it doesn't matter. They practice this all the time. That's practice, this is real time. Oh my word.
Still going strong, the old dog. Here is Josh van der Flair. Gibson Park puts it into the corner for James Lowe, and it's Jamie Osborne.
Pummeling the line, they were doing what they did in the first half. One out, one out, one out. And again, as we saw, a fantastic score for Rogers, a great finish. This is almost as good as a try. That's an assist. Low into Osborne. Again, playing advantage. You think, no, that's well over the Welsh fullback. It is, and he's made it. It's still in play. That's a good score.
James Lowe, he recently became an Irish.
The tackle from Chesham. There's White. On to Russell. There goes Duhan van der Merwe. No, with the offload. There's a bit of space here for Tom Jordan. Jordan looking the inside ball. It's gone there at Ben White. And White has got another try in the Calcutta Cup. What a dramatic start.
From the counter, Finn Russell. Here's Duhan van der Merwe, one-on-one. Draws in two defenders, offload away. Beautiful sleight of hand by Kinghorn, second touch. And then from there, Jordan sees this cheat line on the inside from Ben White. Ben White picks up the knees and does the rest, but that's the damage. Deadly Duhan. Outside break, draws in Freeman, gets his hands free, and from there, Jordan's against Cowan Dickey. It's a mismatch, and Ben White, like any good scrum half, on the support line. Dream start for Scotland. Particularly opening quarter, just to try and find a bit of dominance, a bit of edge in these areas.
Well, Dave Cherry catching England. Here goes Rowe coming off his wing. Here's Kinghorn on here to Duhan van der Merwe. The offload to Hugh Jones. Jones gets in. For the second time today, England caught napping.
Doesn't he love scoring? He loves scoring for Scotland. He loves scoring for Scotland against England. This is just brilliant first phase strike play. Kyle Rowe, 3-on-2. Kinghorn does brilliantly. Duhan van der Merwe, again, two defenders. Lovely inside line by Hugh Jones getting the second touch. But look at this from van der Merwe. Marcus Smith falls off the tackle. Lawrence has to make it for him. And from there is the man who was standing opposite Ollie Lawrence at that strike play.
And pick it up and pass it almost in one motion. A warning for France as the Italians take the ball quickly.
They will not hang about. Oh, lovely no-look pass. And Menicello's gone. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a worldie. That's magnificent.
Quality, a mixture of pace, power, and huge intelligence. That ball is brilliant. Defensively, that's a big error from Pierre-Louis Barassi. But he may well be an absolute unit, Menicello, but my God, can he shift as well. Slugged off.
Oh. He's a magician with those feet.
I'll tell you what, there's not many people that sit down Antoine Dupont with a step, and he's just done exactly that.
Italy are threatening, you know. Oh, another one! Another pass! To split a defence! Well, you might see one every couple of games. We've seen two half a rugby.
Well, as we see the footwork of Capuozzo, look at this from Federico Ruzza. Drops the ball back on the inside. That's brilliant. Brilliant awareness, brilliant understanding of space about where the defender is going to be following you from. And that
Dupont having a little look, surveying the options. Hands again. Pace again. France, it seems, can do little wrong with ball in hand. Doesn't matter whether it's backs or forwards. They all can play. They all want to play. And they all will play. And Leo Barré will be the one to finish it off. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was a team try.
From Ramos. Look at the awareness though, that acceleration is what gets him through, and then the deep pass there back into space is what's keeping the attack alive. Okay. Barré, brilliant piece of footwork. That death ball there up to Barré. Hat-trick? Two.
The one that he got at the beginning.
Yeah.
The pack arrived, the refreshed French pack arrived. They arrive in numbers and they've got players out wide. Penaud's on one of those runs of his. Barré reaches to the sky, gathers and plays. And Prendergast goes after it. And Barré and Luku.
France still won there, and it was just wide numbers, absolutely numbers. Penaud just decides to go in there. Was that the wrong decision? Well, we'll see, because he had plenty of people just to put that through. Barré, as he normally does, puts it on the toe, and we will have to see. He has finished it. Unbelievable. Brilliant.
Barré, wow. 2 tries against England, 2 tries against Wales. Ireland,
Short for me.
just short, says the referee. Pulled on and then picked off. And Ramos is away and gone. And look who's on his shoulder. Damien Penaud. It's a record-breaking, monumental moment. France's all-time equal try scorer, Damien Penaud.
5 minutes to go, and then this happens. Ramos is thinking, am I going to get there? In a normal time, he'd probably go for it. Penaud's on his right-hand side, sorry, my dyslexia, and that's just a killer. People now are leaving the Aviva in droves.
Hey, what a moment. Damien Penaud, big smile on the face.
Ben White looking for his 4th try in 4 games now. Hugh Jones, man with 16 tries in the Six Nations. Russell, that is a different class from Finn Russell.
Electrifying skill set, executed to perfection, but it's the decision making, the split-second read of what's on in front of him and how to trick that defence. Look, player in front, doesn't matter, dummy go. He runs into 3 Welsh players, but he knows he's going to create that tiny little gap there, feeds the ball through.
BC with a little chip over the top. Brex has got it. That was wonderfully worked by Italy. This Italy midfield can compete with the best in the world. It really can. There goes Ioane, the chip inside. That's for Capuozzo. Capuozzo grabs it and scores. Out of nothing. Italy have their try.
The simplicity of the kicks over, but the skill to do it at full flight and to have the supporting run. I don't think Capuozzo was expecting it to perfectly bounce into his hands, but that's what it did.
Taken quickly there by Ioane. Here goes Capuozzo, and Capuozzo, it's through. This is what he can do to you. Inside there to Vincent. This is brilliant from Italy. He's gone all the way. What a try. Ross Vincent doing what Capuozzo does, and then Ross Vincent getting a start. Sensational.
It's absolute wheels from the number 8 Vincent. But Capuozzo identifying George and Earl, 2 forwards, slinks his way through. The support, the flood. Genge doing all that he can.
Really big, powerful man, heaviest man in this England team. Genge on there too. Tom Curry, the offload to Marcus Smith. The step from Smith, and Marcus Smith is back.
The bust and the offload. We haven't seen many offloads from England through this championship so far, but the footwork and pace from Marcus Smith, that's what makes him special. We haven't seen much ball in hand. You can see he loves it, celebrating to the crowd.
Well, it's been knocked on by Italy. Referee playing the advantage, and here goes Maru Itoje. Up there to Ben Curry, pops it up for Mitchell, and here's Jamie George to slide home, who wriggles through the eye of a needle.
Great work from England, just interlinking, keeping the ball alive. Look at these, all the forwards, up we go, twinkle toes George.
At the Stadio Olimpico, Ignacio Brex pulls it back, and away goes Menoncello. Great hands, Garbisi on his shoulder, kick through. Ioanni's after this. Oh! What an absolute scorcher!
Play of the tournament last year. Again, just watch this for a break when it comes out. He's coming out the back all the time. And this offload, phenomenal. The playmaker himself, Garbisi, had no other option than to put it on the toe. He did that, timed it superbly. The weight was absolutely great. That's the break, that's the offload. Watch this for a little toe kick. Straight through. Ioanni knows exactly where it's going. It bounces straight up to him, and that is the start. The defence has been good from Italy, and now the attack. The first time they've really had attack, and it all comes from that Fischetti kick through. Cazzaro's going mad in the stands. What a game.
16th international try for Monty Ioanni, and look at the face. And Doris before him. Ringrose is put down before he can scamper clear. Canone's on the wrong side, but Gibson Park can see the ball. Little kick over the top for Mac Hansen, and Hansen down for Sheehan, and Dan Sheehan has scored Ireland's bonus point try. It's a hat-trick for Sheehan, and today Dan Sheehan has repeated the dose for Ireland against Italy.
Jamieson Gibson Park again, given the pace, given the vision from 9, because they're going forward in that ruck situation. That is incredible skill from Mac Hansen. Again, he's in the air, you're allowed to do that as long as he doesn't touch his foot down, which would have been in touch. He hasn't. Sheehan backing up. Unbelievable bit of skill. Sheehan with a hat-trick. Keenan had one scrubbed off. No, it definitely is a try, and that is a bonus point, and that's exactly what